Yeah, welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon Perna. Free agency fuckfest will not die. I have not slept all week. I am just like Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, all those guys breaking stories, checking sources. I'm not doing that, but I'm staying up all night just like them. You want to be a pro, you got to train like a pro. So I'm ready, NFL Network. Give me a call, because I am ready. This is part 2 of the 2018 Free Agency Fuckfest. A football fest of fuckery. If I say fuck one more time, this video has no fucking chance of being fucking monetized. Shit! The big news that broke yesterday was that the Arizona Cardinals released defensive back Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger, who will no longer be badging in the desert. Tyrann's best season came in 2015, when he had 5 picks and 89 tackles. His biggest enemy, like Colin Kaepernick, has been his knee. Not from kneeling, but he's torn both ACLs since entering the NFL. The honey badger can play corner, but he's really a free safety, and he'll command roughly $9 to $10 million a year and would instantly make any secondary better. 2 teams with a need for a good free safety are the New York Jets and Giants. Landon Collins and Tyrann Mathieu, that could compete with the Vikings for the best safety duo in the league, but the Jets have so much more money they can give to Mathieu. But Mathieu has said it's not about the money, so we will see. Let's go sports. I do have big dick Patreon shoutouts for Just Building Credit, Tom Brady's molested son, Quick Nick with that quick dick $5.69 donation, Vincent Davis Randolph. I forgot to tip your wife last night. $8 is a good tip though, so thanks. Austin Andrews, Ethan Kennedy, Dimitri Kaltsas. Thank you for the 10 spot, Dimitri. Chuck Jeter, Charlie Baldwin, and John Hollinger. All of you who donated now have access to my Patreon-only podcast. I posted it today, so thank you for your support. You can keep this channel alive with a monthly donation on Patreon, patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. Help me take over the world. All right, Jordy Nelson, who I once admired, has turned himself into a silver and black scallywag by signing with the Oakland Raiders. Nobody calls them the Raiders. I have no idea what Jordy Nelson sees in the Raiders. He's like that one friend you have who decides to date a crazy person because the sex is even crazier, and you just hope he comes out of the experience minimally damaged, physically and emotionally. Way to be an idiot, Jordy. The Saints and Seahawks wanted you. And the Raiders' sex ain't even gonna be that good. This move did force the Raiders to release wide receiver Michael Crabtree. I do have to say sorry to Washington Redskin potato fans, but you are fucked. I mean, you probably already knew that, unless you've been with Dan Snyder long enough to develop Stockholm Syndrome. I'm not even referring to the loss of Kirk Cousins. I actually think you will be fine with Alex Smith. He might be better than Kirk Cousins, in my opinion. I'm referring to your head coach, Jay Gruden, who told the NFL Network he wanted...
Because something else that Jay Gruden has said this offseason is he wanted to get more juice. Those were his words.
More juice.
More juice.
You know which other coach wanted more juice last year?
More juice there, juice on offense.
If your coach starts talking about juice, your team is fucking dead. It's the curse of O.J. Simpson. The most surprising signing might be Julius Peppers. And no, he didn't sign a lease at a senior citizen assisted living facility. He signed another 1-year deal with the Carolina Panthers. He's 38 years old. A pass rusher who can still play 499 snaps last season. That's insane. I'm 33, and the only thing I'm good at rushing is the refrigerator. And no, I don't drink any goddamn juice. The Panthers also signed defensive tackle Dontari Poe to a 3-year deal. It's estimated to be worth somewhere between $9 and $10 million a year. I feel like every team now has a stacked defensive line. The Panthers do for sure. Poe, Pepper, Short, Addison, with Kuechly behind them. That could be a dangerous front seven, assuming Carolina finds someone to play fucking corner. Carolina may have the worst corners in the league at this very moment. Running back Jerick McKinnon was deemed to be more valuable by the 49ers than Carlos Hyde. McKinnon, a great third down and receiving back, helped Minnesota get to the championship game last season, and now he will become one of the highest paid running backs in the league, top 5, I believe. Expect Kyle Shanahan to use McKinnon the same way he deployed Tevin Coleman in Atlanta, who had a much better year in 2016 than he did after Shanahan left. And I think Shanahan prioritizes running backs who can catch passes out of the backfield, something Carlos Hyde was not great at. John Gruden got his man in running back Doug Martin. I believe it's a one-year deal for the compact version of Marshawn Lynch. Lynch's future with the Raiders, and I guess his future in the NFL, is now probably in question. I think both backs can still contribute, but not on the same team, as having two aging backs on the same roster rarely works. Wade Phillips finally followed Jared Goff on Twitter. This was huge news, but that's only because Wade accidentally confused Goff for an NFL cornerback. Wade is old and hard of hearing and seeing. It's easy to confuse cornerback with quarterback. A.J. McCarron signed with the Buffalo Bills, ensuring that Nathan Peterman never sees the field again. Besides a super cute smile, A.J. McCarron is playing on a very team-friendly deal. 2 years at $10 million, making the Arizona Cardinals ask, why the fuck did we pay Sam Bradford $20 million, which forced us to cut Tyrann Mathieu? Nice job, Arizona! You stupid sons of bitches! Former Patriots left tackle Nate Solder signed a huge deal with the desperate Giants. It's a 4-year, $62 million deal with $35 million guaranteed. I made a video about wanting Nate Solder to come to Denver. But this kind of money is dumb to pay for a tackle who is pretty average. In Denver, we will accept an average tackle. That is an upgrade. However, last season was a down year for Solder, and he gave up 41 quarterback hurries, fifth worst in the league, but in 2016, Solder was a top 15 tackle. He may be an upgrade in New York, but making him the highest paid lineman in the league seems a bit steep. The Eagles were able to sign their own linebacker, Nigel Bradham. This is a big signing for the Eagles, as Bradham and Michael Kendricks were a very good tandem in coverage, which is becoming more and more important in the NFL for linebackers. However, cornerback Patrick Robinson, formerly of the Eagles, a slot corner, will sign a new 4-year deal with the New Orleans Saints. Equally important in coverage is your slot guy. Robinson and Nola is a great move for the Saints. They already have two very good corners there, and having him in the slot with Marshawn Lattimore and Ken Crawley on the outside make that maybe the best secondary in the NFC to compete with the Rams. They also added linebacker Demario Davis, who was a top 10 linebacker in 2017, and are set to bring in the biggest fish on the market, literally and metaphorically, Ndamokung Suh. I don't know if they'll sign him, but they're going to talk to him. New Orleans is doing a lot to shore up that defense that was already much improved last year, which means they are taking this Super Bowl window seriously. In fact, if they do sign Ndamokung Suh, these moves remind me a lot of what the Broncos did when they brought in TJ Ward, Aqib Talib, DeMarcus Ware, and Emmanuel Sanders, and went on to win the Super Bowl. The New York Yankees have released Adam Lind after yesterday's game. Hey, who the fuck tried to sneak baseball news in here? Who the fuck did this? I want to know. Your ass is grass. Baseball hasn't even started yet, dipshit. There's never an off season for talking football. There is one for baseball, and we're still the fuck in it. Never mind that I write all of these. But whoever put baseball in there is fucking toast. And not avocado toast. Burn-ass shit toast. The Packers, after adding tight end Jimmy Graham for 3 years at $30 million, who will pair nicely with Aaron Rodgers like a steak and red wine, have added controversial defensive lineman Muhammad Wilkerson. Wilkerson has been known to miss several team meetings after signing his 5-year, $86 million deal. In New York, he has become known as the poor man's version of Albert Hainsworth. Since they're both really rich, that nickname is fucking stupid. I have no clue what the hell is happening in Miami. They cut Ndamukong Suh, traded Jarvis Landry, and their center, Mike Pouncey, asked to be released today, which they did. Which is fine, because Pouncey was terrible last year. I guess he really missed his offensive line coach's cocaine-induced practices. Jacksonville Jaguars signed tight end Austin Seferian Jenkins to a 2-year deal worth $10, maybe $11 million. Jacksonville has really added a lot of pieces to a team that was already just one win away from going to the Super Bowl last season. I covered some of that in the first Fuckfest video, and they have also added corner DJ Hayden to probably replace Aaron Colvin, who they lost. I don't think that's necessarily an upgrade, but with Boye, Ramsey, and linebackers who are pretty good in coverage, I think they'll be okay. The question, though, for Jacksonville is, did they get any better? Personally, I would have taken Colvin and Robinson over Hayden, Lee, and Moncrief, but I also work 8 feet away from my furnace and water heater. I would like to personally thank the Tennessee Titans for taking away 2 key pieces of the Patriots roster and signing Malcolm Butler and Dion Lewis. Lewis should make that backfield much, much more dynamic. He can run between the tackles, as we saw in the second half of last season. He's great at pass catching, and Malcolm Butler gives that secondary great depth. If Mariota can bounce back from a pedestrian season and the team can add a linebacker and another receiving target and maybe some D-line help, they could easily be in the playoffs again. The Browns, the Cleveland Browns. Sadly, Joe Thomas has retired. After Bernie Kosar and Jim Brown, Joe Thomas, a left tackle, is the most famous Cleveland Brown. Speaking of Cleveland pride, Carlos Hyde is the latest addition to the Browns, and nobody could be more excited about it than Carlos Hyde, as you can tell from this old player tweet. The Browns also added Raiders corner TJ Carrie, who was the only player worth a damn in the Raiders secondary last season. Look, at first I really liked the TJ Carrie signing, but then the Browns went on to trade away arguably their best corner in Jason McCourty to the Patriots, and they traded him for breadcrumbs. This is beyond stupid, Cleveland. So stupid, I don't even want to discuss the 15 other fucking things you did in free agency. You don't trade with the goddamn Patriots. You never let the enemy get better, you fucking idiots. You give them a corner and a pretty good interior player in Danny Shelton? I hope you guys suck again. And that is why people call you the farm system for the Patriots. It's bullshit. You think you would learn. Trade anywhere else. Cleveland. I almost wanted you to win. And that's it for day 2 or 1 or 4 of free agency. I don't know. I did a lot of updates. And sure, there are more signings I didn't cover. I apologize. I didn't get to your team with your special stupid free agent signings. If I didn't talk about the signings your team made, consider them to be terrible signings. Terrible, terrible signings that will set your organization back years. Or just know that I ran out of time.
More juice.
Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. If you made it through this video this far and you don't think it sucks, a subscription is what you got to do now. I'm also on Twitter at Brandon Perna. If you like talking football, I will talk back to you. And please tweet to the Browns. Tell them to stop trading to the goddamn Patriots.